All right. Hello, hello, hello. Man, all kinds of technical difficulties tonight, but we're here. So, welcome, Warriors, World Patriots, my fellow Americans. My name is Mike. I'm the host of Liberty Warrior. Give me liberty or give me death. When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. And it is July the 17th, Sunday, July the 17th, 2022. A lot to talk about tonight. And I do have co-hosts with me tonight. The Hammer is with me.
Hey,
How you
Mike.
doing there, Tammy?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Well, I just got done with Trinity, and I was trying to get everything situated, and I didn't want to do too much and cause any more technical issues like I've been having all night. So I figured I'd just let it play out, and then we'll have the show. So here we are.
It works out well. Yes, we're good.
Absolutely.
We're ready to go. We just got to take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale, because it's exciting times, Mike, every single day.
Um, so I just happened to stumble upon a news clip today from Fox, and I sent that over to Jeff B. I sent that over to you as well, and Jeff sent a comment back to me. Wow, So we're gonna share that tonight. I actually have it in the restream, so it's ready to go. We'll play that Fox News tonight, which I don't watch Fox anymore. But once in a while, if there's a clip or something that catches my eye, I'll grab it real quick and I'll watch it and see what they're saying. And what they said today was pretty interesting. So, Tammy, we just cracked 78, 7,800 subscribers on Facebook
Woohoo!
tonight.
That's amazing, you
So
guys.
yeah,
Yes.
congratulations to all you on Facebook that have been helping us out over there. So of course, as always, please hit the like button. Please subscribe, but more importantly, please share out this video tonight. I think the information is going to be it's going to be awesome, to be honest with you. So share this out on Facebook. And here's the challenge for Facebook. We're at 7,800 subscribers on Facebook. I think the last video were around 32,000 views. Share this out. Let's get Facebook up to 10,000 subscribers. I think the biggest video I've ever had is about 50,000 subscribers. So let's shoot for 100,000. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not? We can do it with all these patriots that are sharing it out and stuff, Mike. That's what it's all about. And thanks to them, we've increased our numbers on Truth Social as well, and even here on YouTube. So it's pretty amazing. Word's getting out, and a lot of stuff is happening and popping. So people want to be informed because that's what we do here at LWN is we supply intelligent information. We give you information that we receive and tell you where you can go to pick it up yourself. You don't have to believe us, but it's all about sharing information and trying to educate everybody.
Here's another challenge. Rumble has been also increasing, and Rumble usually gets this video a few hours after we're live. So here's a challenge for everybody who's following Liberty Warrior Nation on Rumble. Please hit the like button, but more importantly, please share us on Rumble. Rumble is actually a really good platform, and I do have a live over there on Rumble that I can do. So if you guys can share us on Rumble, that would be great. Before we went live tonight, so many people were retruthing us. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting at a little over 1,800 subscribers on Truth Social. My goal for Truth Social is to hit 5,000. So every time you guys get an opportunity to retruth, that will put others in touch with us, and we'll build Truth Social up to 5,000 subscribers. Tammy is getting super close to 1,000 on Truth
Yes.
Social. So if you
Yes.
guys have not found Truth Social and found Tammy yet, she's under Tammy Nation. Please
Mm-hmm.
subscribe to her. She's almost to 1,000. Retruth her as well. I just seen Conservative Cowboy in the chat as well, and so I did share that out on Truth Social. He's got a Telegram group that's really good information. So you guys follow Conservative Cowboy over there because he is constantly updating everybody, not just us, but he jumps in every chat. I see him in
Mm-hmm.
every chat, constantly putting out alerts and breaking news. So if you guys would follow Conservative Cowboy, on Telegram, that would be awesome as well. So anyway, just a few challenges, for everybody. We're getting ready to kick off some big stuff at the end of August, and I'm
Hmm.
ready. So we got a lot to talk about tonight, Tammy.
Yeah, we do. What do you want to start with, Mike? We can talk, I guess, if you're going to play that Fox News video, we'll talk about that after, I guess. But let's remind everybody too about the Supreme Court. Remember, there's an article that came out that I think, I'm not sure where you got it, but you sent it to me, Mike, and it's from MSNBC, believe it or not. So the reason we're bringing these news stations up is they are now putting out information that somewhat coincides with what we've been saying all along with different things. So, I mean, that's a flip in the media switch, I think, coming little by little by little. So, what they put out is that they said that MSNBC contributor claims that the Supreme Court is going to allow authoritarian takeover of the U.S. So, the latest episode of The Cross Connection, it's a show on there, leftist journalist Ellie Mistel claimed there wouldn't need to be a hot civil war in this country because the Supreme Court would have already allowed for the MAGA side to install their authoritarian takeover through legal means. Now, Mike, if it's through legal means, how is it an authoritarian takeover?
I'd have to disagree with that. If it's through legal means, then we're
Yes.
going to go through the process using the Constitution of the United States. Um,
Yes.
and or don't forget about this. A lot of people they don't realize that every state has a constitution, a state constitution. So a lot of people just think, oh, well, we got the Constitution of the United States. No, you've got that. So there's actually 51 constitutions, and everybody should know their own state constitution. This is
Right.
something else. If you guys are new to LWN, whether you come from True Social, Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, this is the kind of news that you're going to get here. This is the stuff that
Mm-hmm.
I call it lamestream media. Lamestream media will not report on any of the stuff that we're reporting on. Why is that? It's because they love to cover up, and they love to have Joe Biden's back and everyone else that we're trying to fight against. So if you guys want more news like this, like I said, share it out. Get more people over here to watch it, because you're not going to find this stuff on ABC, NBC, Communist News Network, and most of the time you're not going to find it on Fox either. I was shocked to see some of the stuff that Fox has been putting out lately, but the problem is Fox still dances around the issues. So they may
Yes.
put out just a little bit, but they don't
Yes.
go all the way. So that's irritating for me, because I want Fox to actually put out the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to constantly be on them all the time to put out the truth. So, Tammy, it's just a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about tonight.
Well, yeah, and I'll add to that by the blurb that I just read to everybody, Mike, is of course they put their little spin on it, because if people don't read it thoroughly, then they believe that false narrative. It's not a takeover, and it's not a bad thing if it's legally done. So how many people are going to read that article, Mike, that are already kind of not really awake to the situation and say, "Oh, yep, see, they did it. It's a takeover." See, and they leave out the word legal in their mind and not realize it's in our rights to do that. So that's a good point to make about the lamestream media. The other thing is about Trump, Mike, entering back into D.C. for the first time since leaving the White House. Now, apparently, they're saying that he's expected to talk about a second term as president. So it's July 26th. And really, what it is he's going to be attending the GOP summit and outline what a second presidential term for him might look like. It is the second day of the America First Agenda Summit as well, alongside other Republicans and MAGA figures. But I find this interesting because House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy and Senator Lindsey Graham are going to be there as well. So I just think it's very poignant that he's returning back to D.C. on the 26th to speak about, well, that's what this article from MSN said that he's going to be talking about, but we really don't know what he's going to be talking about. It's just an event he's attending. So with Trump, as we learned the other day from Devin Nunes and reported on, he said with him, you never know. He surprises us all, including me.
Yeah, you're 100% correct on that. And you know, I think that Trump will surprise. I really do. I think there's going to be some things that he's going to drop and things that are going to be said. I'm trying to find something else here real quick as we're talking, Tammy, because I want to bring this to people's attention. There are things that have happened in our past that maybe some people haven't been aware of. Now, I seen a comment come out of Facebook, 51 constitutions question mark. Yes, we have 51 constitutions. If you're unaware of that, go and Google your state's constitution. So all 50 states of the Union have a state constitution, and then we have our Constitution in the United States. And a lot of people are unaware of that. So I encourage you guys to research that, read through your state constitution, find out what your rights are for your significant state right there. So pretty important stuff. And you know, Truth Social's blowing up. Everybody's retruthing us. So it looks like Truth Social's wanting to kick Facebook's butt and maybe beat them on numbers. So we'll take a look at that and keep you guys posted. But Tammy, go ahead with the next little part that you want to share.
Well, the next little part was apparently the Russia missile defense system. Apparently, there's a threat or something going on near. They're going to do that near Japan and knock out NATO on the satellites if things continue over there. I know that you brought this up, that you got this information from somewhere. So that's about all the details I have on that. But the thing is, I think it's very poignant because we've talked about these satellite systems and going down and being knocked out. And I think it's very interesting that Russia is talking about this. So, you know, Mike, everything that we've talked about long ago or been ongoing for 2 years, really slowly but surely is coming to light. When it starts getting reported out of the mouths of the people directly involved, or even through different news articles from magazines or papers that really weren't reporting on this before, it's pretty amazing. And I think it's bringing truth to what was supposedly called conspiracy theories. So we have to see how this develops and what develops on this for sure.
Absolutely. And what you're talking about is I received a message this morning that it looked like Russia was about to move some type of weapon. I'm not 100% sure what it is. I don't know if it's nuclear. I have no idea. But they were going to get close to the border, real close to Japan. And they're pretty upset with NATO. They're pretty upset with America, which is part of NATO as well. And they're telling people that if NATO doesn't knock it off, that they're going to knock some satellites out of the sky. Just concerning for me. I thought I would let everybody know that's going on, and we got to pay attention to that stuff.
Well, aren't there reports of different things going on in the Chesapeake Bay that we're trying to pay attention to as well, that I've heard rumors of? You know, that was a concern a while ago as well. I know that Monkey put it out. It was quite a while ago. Remember, off the West Coast of California, obviously off of Florida, and then up into their Chesapeake Bay, there are all those different spy or whatever you call them. They're not spy planes, but where they're
sniffers.
There you go.
They sniff, and then they've got. I also got word that they moved a battleship, some type of battleship, out of Virginia up into Chesapeake Bay, or headed toward Chesapeake Bay. And so I talked to Jeff about that. I said, well, what can that mean? So a couple of different scenarios. P8 Sun Hunters. Jeff, I sent you the link if you want to jump up here, because some of this stuff I don't want to chop up. But basically, a couple of different scenarios, a destroyer. Thank you, Jeff B. Are they looking for Chinese subs? Are they looking for Russian subs? Very, very possible. I thought maybe Iranian subs, because America, China, and Russia are not the only ones in the world that have subs. So he also said it could be an exercise as well. So America could have a new sub or something that they're working
Uh-huh.
on, and they're playing some type of war game in the Chesapeake Bay where they're chasing our own sub just to see if they can find him. And so, like I said, there's a couple of different scenarios that Jeff and I went over, and which one it is, we don't know, but it's definitely a lot of hot action right there in Chesapeake Bay.
Well, yeah, and then somebody in chat saying off the East Coast near Florida that there's either a Russian or China ship there. So, it's just a lot of activity, ship-wise, sub-wise, and all that kind of going around
Well, don't
again.
forget
So,
about the foot soldiers that are in South America right now, too. So China and Russia both have foot soldiers down in South America doing a drill or some kind of practice or something. Um, they're they're amping up for something. Not sure what it is, but they're definitely amping up. And yes, militaries around the world definitely do a lot of training, and they do training in other countries. I'm well aware of that. Just seems odd that some of this stuff is getting close to our southern border.
yeah, our borders in general. It seems like this administration could care less about any of our borders. You know what I mean? So this is just a little bit concerning. Maybe it is trainers, maybe not. We'll find out. We'll keep an eye on it, of course. But you got to report it. It's activity, and it's just we get the activity, and um, we'll just keep an eye on it. The other thing we wanted to talk about, Mike, was the whole Biden thing that's going on and what came out on Fox. So I guess, I mean, now would be the time, I guess, to go ahead and play that video, and then we can talk about it if you want, because that's mostly what I have all the information on, because it's just very interesting, let's just say. So, I would just say it may be time to pull out some more popcorn, pop a few kernels, and enjoy it again.
I'm over popcorn. I'll go for the ice cream. I think it's a better fit, the ice cream. Just a real quick shout out to CV for the coffees. Thank you for the coffees. I appreciate it. We must stay positive is the message. So thank you for that. Let's go ahead and play Fox here, and what they are talking about. We'll stop and we'll have a conversation about it.
Okay.
In February of 2020 and is uniquely to do so. Texas Congressman Ronnie Jackson served as the White House physician for Presidents George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump. His new book, Holding the Line, explores the time treating all three presidents in the West Wing. Congressman, thanks very much for joining us. Congratulations on the book. And let me just say that there is no joy in discussing the commander-in-chief in this weakened position. Congressman, your thoughts in terms of President Biden's mental capacity today?
Well, I think it's on full display for the entire country and for the world, unfortunately. And I've been saying this since he was candidate Joe Biden, Maria. This man should not have been put in a position to be our commander-in-chief, our head of state, and our president. And when I initially said that back before he was elected, there was a lot of pushback. And I said at the time, give it about another 2 years or so, and it won't be Ronnie Jackson talking about it anymore. It's going to be his own party. That's what we see happening right now, because this is becoming a real issue for us. You can see what domestic.
Okay, I'm going to stop that right there, Tammy. This guy did come out early in the campaign, and he did mention that Biden, in his opinion, was not fit for duty. And if you remember, Trump was constantly being badgered with his competency level and his cognitive ability. So this guy here, just so you guys know, he was the physician for George W. Bush. He was the physician for Obama, and he was the physician for Donald Trump in Donald Trump's first of his, who knows, 8 or 10 terms that he'll have. But he just said that this guy is breaking down, and his own party will turn on him, and that's exactly what they're doing right now.
Absolutely, Mike, and he's well qualified. He was the White House physician for over 8 years, and he's the one that went under scrutiny with some of these presidents. And, you know, when the Biden was VP, he wasn't the direct physician for him, but he was around it and he tended to him sometimes. So this is what people have to remember. This is on MSN. This is mainstream media. This is the White House physician saying what he is saying. So I think it's important people really pay attention to it.
What he's done to our country. We got our southern border. We have the price of gas. People's lives are not in a good spot right now. And then overseas, he's a national embarrassment to us right now. And it's a big national security issue for us when we have somebody going over. His job as our commander in chief and as our head of state is to inspire confidence and to project strength. And he does just the opposite. So I'm seriously worried about it. I think everybody in the country's starting to get extremely worried about him. And he's not in a position to do the job he's currently being asked to do.
Boom. He's in no position to do what he's asked to do, which we've talked about this for a long time here at LWN. This is no breaking news by any means. Why I'm playing this tonight is I want you guys to see that this is finally starting to leak out of mainstream media, little by little. They're putting this stuff out. He's not competent and he does not project strength. Matter of fact, I was watching some of the news releases over the weekend about his trip to Saudi Arabia, and what a joke. And the guy cannot tell. Every time his lips move, it's a lie. So he said that he was securing oil for America. And when he left, the Saudis went around and said, no, that's not true. They told him maybe just a little bit. They would increase just a little bit. But basically, I want you guys to hear this on Facebook, on Truth Social, on YouTube, on Rumble. The Saudis basically told us that we are on our own. The Saudis have now denied us. Venezuela denied us. Every place that Biden has either gone himself or sent his little cronies to beg for crude, they've denied us. And here we are. I saw a meme over the weekend where we would have saved more money as taxpayers if Biden would have got on Air Force One and flown to Midland, Texas, and talked to oil companies down there about more production and what he could do as president of the United States to help them in their production versus flying all the way around, halfway around the world with that carbon footprint and fuel being as expensive as it is nowadays to go over there and beg and get denied, Tammy.
After he shut everything down, Mike, and also is selling our strategic reserves. How backwards is that? It's absolutely absurdity.
Well, look at the look on this guy's face. Okay. He is very concerned. Now, I want you guys to realize this is the look of your neighbors. This is the look of your family members who are Democrat, who thought that it was going to be a great idea to vote this guy in, which we all know he wasn't truly voted in. But this is the look that they have when they go to the gas pump, when they go to the grocery store, when they see his gaffes that are becoming more and more common. You've talked about it several times there, Tammy, his gaffes when he's on the news, when he turns around and tries to shake hands with his invisible friends. It is getting to a point where it's undeniable, and that's what this guy's going to talk about.
Yes, absolutely. He's going to talk about how the gaffes are completely different now than before, ever since Trump became president. So pay close attention to the next segment here.
Yeah, and that's why I started the conversation by saying, look, there's no joy here. Let's put politics aside. This is a serious issue. This is our commander-in-chief, and we are watching this from America, but also watching this are our adversaries, the Chinese Communist Party, Iran, North Korea, etc. Look, Congressman, you treated President Obama in the White House while Joe Biden was vice president. Can you compare what you saw then with Vice President Joe Biden to what you see now? And without asking you to, diagnose or prescribe, tell me, roughly speaking,
listen to what he says.
Is going on. He did the other day discuss his brain aneurysm, which really was a shock to me that he discussed it publicly, but he did mention it.
Well, I did. I saw him, periodically throughout the 8 years I was there. I'll make the comment that I wasn't his physician at the time. I oversaw the guy that did take care of him, but I wasn't his physician at the time. But I've seen the same thing everybody else saw. I saw Joe Biden that was always prone to gaffes, but these aren't gaffes anymore. Something's changed toward, during the time that President Trump something happened and Joe Biden started having another issue, a cognitive issue that's related to his age. And like I've said before, I'm not his physician. I haven't examined him, so I'm not going to make a diagnosis. But there's a lot of diseases out there that have a big cognitive component: Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, multi-infarct dementia. I don't know what he's got going on, but he has something that's causing him to have cognitive decline, and it's progressive, related to his age. And, there's a lot of stuff you can do, Maria. There's a lot of jobs you can have out there that you can still be successful if you're not at the top of your game. President of the United States is not one of them. So I see a different Joe Biden now than the one that I saw when he was vice president at the White House. And I think there's lots of tape and lots of video for 40 years of this man's career. And anybody can go back and.
Yeah, he's not even close to the same guy. And we can sideline the whole physical part of it, right?
Right.
We've looked at photos next to each other. The earlobes, they look different. The forehead looks different. We seen where he spilled over on a bicycle, and that didn't look like the legs of a 80-year-old man.
Right.
We've seen his security detail that are lumpy lumps, and they just don't seem like they're really with it, So this perception of what he is, it's not reality. And I think that these guys are spilling it a little bit at a time.
I agree. And like I said, he is somebody that's in the know. He's respected. He knows what he's talking about. He was in the White House serving there, as we stated earlier, Mike. But also, what about Biden's physician? Where is he? Why hasn't he come out and spoken about Biden at all? I mean, like you said, this guy's been through heck and high water over all the years, and Biden can behave this way, fall off bikes, trip up stairs, et cetera, and his physician comes out. He doesn't even say, oh, everything's fine. He just is quiet. It's crickets from his physician. It's ridiculous.
It's all a cover-up.
Yes.
Every bit of it is a cover-up, and we talk about it here at LWN all the time. The darkness will come to light. Everything will be revealed. Right?
Yeah. Oh, thought you were going to play it again. I thought you were hitting the button.
Here we go. I'll hit the button.
Earlier years and some of the gaffes to what's happening now. This is something very different. This is something very concerning. This man is not in control, and he's not leading this country. Something else is going on behind the scenes, and there are other people pulling the strings, and that is very concerning.
What?
What did he say?
What did he just say? What did he just say? He just said this guy isn't in control, and there's somebody else behind the scenes pulling the strings.
Hello?
Did he not just say that?
He did say that, Mike. He did indeed. We've been saying that all along too. So here he is saying it on major news media.
It gets deeper here. So let's see what else he has to say.
Yep.
And like you said, all of our adversaries see this as a window of opportunity right now. Everyone is going to try to get away with everything they can before he's done. I'm talking about China and Russia and Iran and everybody. This is putting our country at great risk right now.
And you came at this from a medical position, given the fact that you did treat those three presidents back in February of 2020. You put out a tweet saying, remember the cognitive test I gave Donald Trump, the one he aced, sounds like somebody else might need some testing done. Scary. But after that tweet came out, you received a note from President Barack Obama. Tell me what Obama said to you. You write about this in your new book, Holding the Line. He said, I have to express my disappointment on the cheap shot you took at Joe Biden via Twitter. It was unprofessional and beneath the office that you once held. It was also disrespectful to me, writes Obama, and the many friends you had in our administration. Tell me about this email that you received from Obama.
Well, as you read there, I got scolded pretty well by him. And, I was headed to a campaign event, and I saw this tweet that Ronna McDaniel had put out with a video clip of Joe Biden. Didn't know exactly what state he was in. It was confused. running for the Senate. Didn't know what office he was running for. And it was just, I mean, it was a cognitive mess. And then I just got a little frustrated with the double standard and the hypocrisy, because if you remember, when I was President Trump's position, the far left, the elites in academic medicine, the mainstream media, they were relentless in the pursuit of me. They were constantly coming after me about, testing and President Trump's mental and his physical capabilities. And then here we have a president that's clearly got something going on, and it's crickets. Nobody's saying a single thing. So I retweeted that video she said, made the comments that you read there. I thought it was fairly benign. And then within 20 or 30 minutes, ding, my phone rings. And I look down, I got an email from President Obama, directed from President Obama, just, scolding me about this. And so, I don't know, it was a little bit, I had mixed emotions about it. It was kind of a combination between being a little pissed off about and a little angry about it and having my feelings hurt just a little bit. I had a pretty close personal relationship with all three of the presidents that I served, and he came at me pretty hard. And so I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. I thought about it for a little bit. I called somebody who I knew would understand the situation. I called my friend Dan Bongino. Dan talked to me through it a little bit, and Dan said, "Look, Ronnie, you don't know this guy anything. You can respond to this. This is a load of crap." And so I kind of followed Dan's lead, and I didn't reply to the email. I had thought about calling him, but I didn't.
Well, I mean, Congressman, there were signs that Joe Biden was declining during the 2020 campaign. I mean, let's face it, he stayed in the basement the whole time during the campaign. So who knew what when? Are they hiding this and feeding drugs to allow him to function? I know he goes home to Delaware a lot, more than any other president. So I guess my question is, what did Obama know? What did Jill Biden know? And who's running the White House right now? And are they covering up for these mental issues?
Well, that's the big question everybody's asking. Who's really pulling the strings? Who's running the country right now? We don't really know the answer to that. We don't know if it's...
What? We don't know the answer to that.
Why is that?
We don't know. We don't know who's running the country right now. Could it be Obama? Well, he'll allude to it's possible. Could it be Trump or the military? I don't know. We all know that Joe Biden and his fire dumpster administration, they're not running this country.
Not at all. And Mike, you got to. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tammy. You got to be quick.
Slow and quick. What I was going to say was, you got to stop and think too. Those Dems have wanted a female black president for a long time. There's a VP sitting there, Mike. Why aren't they enacting anything and making her the VP, from the VP to the P?
Jeff is sending me a text that him and I've been talking about for 2 days, and that's why I sent Jeff this video, is because, and I'm going to address his text here in just a minute. I want to listen just a couple minutes longer here because I believe Jeff is spot on, and the way that we've been looking at this for a while now. Just listen to what he has to say.
Who it is, but somebody else is doing this. They're doing exactly what you said. They're rolling him out at specific time during the day. He's got good days and bad days. Good, and whether or not they have him on drugs, I don't know. There are drugs out there that can increase your alertness and your memory and things of that nature. And cover stuff like this up temporarily. So I'm sure some of that's going on as well, but we don't know because.
Okay, so he said that there are drugs out there that can be used. Now, go back to the campaign when Donald Trump actually requested for drug testing. Remember?
Yeah. Yes, he did.
He said, I'll take a drug test, but I want Biden to take a drug test too, because there are drugs out there that they could be pumping in him to make him stand up, to make his thought process a little bit sharper. For a little while, give him more energy and stuff like that. He just admitted that there are drugs out there that could be used now, could have been used then. And what else did he say? It's almost like somebody is running him. They roll him out during the day at certain times. Don't forget, his day doesn't start until about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and his day usually ends around 4 a.m. or 4 p.m. Don't forget, Donald Trump was up at 3 a.m., and sometimes he didn't go to bed until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Donald Trump put in 20, 24 hours a day sometimes relentlessly. This guy can't even work an 8-hour shift. before it's nappy time, some ice cream and nappy time, and then got to go to bed early and sleep in. So, this has all been stuff that we've been talking about for quite a while. And now it seems like lamestream media is finally starting to address at least some of it.
Exactly. They can't keep it quiet forever. You can't ignore it forever. It's very obvious every time the man steps up to a podium, steps across the lawn, tries to get up on Air Force One or whatever plane that is he climbs on.
Well, and that's something else that Jeff talks about. Did you know that Air Force One is never labeled Air Force One no matter what, ever?
Yeah, it's NA or a SAM, Special Air Mission flight, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And I'll get to Jeff's comment here in just a minute.
Okay.
His position hasn't stood up and took the questions that I took when I was Trump's position and answered those questions. With regards to the Obama administration and who should have done something about it, they saw him every day, and they stayed in close contact with him, I'm sure, after the Obama-Biden administration was over. Somebody should have done something. But Maria, I think that they were so blinded by the fact that if Joe Biden came into office, they were going to be able to populate the entire West Wing with Obama folks, and that actually happened. Initially, there were a ton of Obama folks in the West Wing, and we have Susan Rice running domestic policy right now. So I think that they thought that the risk was worth it to get their people back into the West, and they just ignored the fact that this man had some serious cognitive issues, and now they're going to have to answer why, because it's getting worse and it's unsustainable at this particular point.
It's unsustainable. It's unsustainable, folks. Listen to what else he has to say. It's unsustainable.
In fact, there's a famous interview, which we ran a couple of weeks ago. We'll run it again in the coming weeks. It's President Obama talking to Stephen Colbert, and he's saying, well, what I would love most is if I'm in my basement with my sweats on, and I'm just directing whoever is there, and they can carry out my orders. Basically, that's exactly what he did. That's what he set up. Now, you put out a tweet, and you said that Biden will not finish his term. And you say that he should resign.
Biden will not finish his term. And of course, old Barry there, he is in the basement. He is pulling certain strings. I totally believe that is what's going on. Absolutely believe that. But listen to what he says. Biden will not finish his term.
Tell me about this. Should and will are two different things. How do you see this playing out?
Well, I think he will, and I say that because I don't see this getting any better. It's just, all of these issues we talked about with cognitive decline related to age, they get worse, not better, with time, and this is going to continue to get worse, and they're going to have to do something about it. Now,
where's the football? I'm just asking a question. Where is the football when this man travels? Jeff B brings it up over and over and over again. Where's the football and where's the quarterback? For those of you who are new to LWN, if you don't know what the football is or who the quarterback is, it is the military personnel that has a briefcase handcuffed to their wrist to the briefcase that carries around the nuclear codes. That briefcase is the football, and the carrier is the quarterback. We have yet to see that. And if you remember, Tammy, Nancy early in this thing's presidency, and I hate saying that, she actually wanted the football. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Nancy actually wanted the football.
Yeah, that would be great. 3 scotches in, and then what, Mike? What would have happened to this country? It's just insanity.
Her husband has a DUI. Could you imagine Nancy Pelosi having the nuclear codes and her having a bad day?
Oh yeah, right. And you're right. The whole football is missing in action the whole time, every time, all the time. Where, Mike?
I believe the football is with Donald J. Trump.
Ba-boom, ba-boom. I agree with you. I concur.
Go so far as to enact the 25th Amendment or to talk him into resigning based on this cognitive issue and admit that they were wrong about that. But there are other ways that they could get rid of him, and I see them looking the other way while some of this Hunter Biden stuff blows up and maybe just letting him fall on his sword like that. His party's already slowly starting to abandon him and run away.
Okay, so there you go. The 25th Amendment. This is where I want to bring up what Jeff was trying to say. Okay, Now, we've talked about the 25th Amendment several times, and of course, there's critics out there who say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. They can't use the 25th Amendment. Oh, really? Why did this guy just bring up the 25th Amendment? Because the 25th Amendment can and will be used, all right? Is it going to be used on this guy? I don't freaking know. But listen to this. I'm not a Democrat, but the Democrat Party has pushed and pushed and pushed to, one, have a female president. Secondly, to have somebody of color in office as well. We all know that Hills Up didn't get to where she's going because she had the credentials needed to get there. She only got there because she checked all the boxes. Let's see, portrayed to be black and a woman, and so that's why she got put on the Biden ticket. So here's the comment. The Democrats want a female president so bad. So bad. This is their best opportunity. Why aren't they doing it? Why have the House and the Senate not enacted the 25th Amendment and gotten rid of Joe Biden? Because we all know he can't do the job. America's in trouble. Is it because they won't? Or is it because they can't?
They can't. I'm going to vote for they can't. I'm just going to say that. And I'm in person.
It's because they can't.
That's what I vote for.
There's another plan. All right, let's listen to some more.
Okay.
Away from him because of his polling and because of his cognitive issues and the embarrassment that he's become for the party. And I think that they will look for opportunity to throw him under the bus in the next few years and or in the next few months and try to get rid of him, because I think that they also.
What was that?
And the next few months, did he say?
In the next few months that they're going to get rid of Joe Biden?
He did.
Few months?
And how about this, Mike? He said in a few years and corrected himself to shorten it 2 months. Yes. I like the sound of that.
That was a big boom right there.
That was.
How are they going to do it? 25th Amendment. Is somebody going to step in? Is there a military operation that's going to step in? I don't know, but let's listen to the rest of it and then we'll comment.
So no, he cannot make it to the end of this term in 2024.
Yeah, I mean, even his biggest supporters at the New York Times, Maggie Haberman, wrote a scathing piece about him. She's the one who was spreading the Russia collusion lie over and over again for years, and even she is turning on him at this point. Congressman, it's great to get your
All right, Tammy. I don't know. I found that piece very interesting. And, he said it right there. He said Joe Biden will not finish his 4 years. There's just no way that that's going to happen. And I think it's my opinion, but I think that Trump has never left. Trump has always been there. Trump has the football. And I think there's going to be a major announcement coming very, very soon that is going to tell people, one, that the Supreme Court, which we brushed on briefly there, has made a decision. Something else that ties in with this newscast here is Kayla McEnany also made the statement. Now listen to what her statement was. Joe Biden has never done a press release from the Oval Office as President of the United States.
Yes. He's never spoke from that Oval Office as the president ever. And it's been 2 years. 2 years.
Think about this. Think about how bad things are here in America, Tammy. Wouldn't you, as President of the United States, set your butt down behind the Resolute desk, have all the news channels in front of you with their cameras, look straight in the camera and say, listen, folks, I know things are tough, but as Americans, we're going to get through this. I have a plan, and try to project some type of strength. One, we all know that he's weak and we all know that he's not the real president, but I mean, none of this makes sense. And he's never done that. He's not doing it now. He won't do it tomorrow. I think it's just a lot of telltale signs.
Well, that and we talk about Air Force One. There's only been one or two times when it's gone overseas that it has to, by law rule, it has to say Air Force One, and it did once or twice. And then didn't he recently go? And guess what? It didn't say Air Force One this time. So that's very telling right there. So Mike, there's a lot of things that simply don't make sense and don't add up at all. And there are also the ideas of the motorcade. You watch these motorcades go through, and it almost seems like when Biden's in a motorcade, it's like put 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 put. You have a few little vehicles here and there, and it's almost like mini motorcycles with like a little clown horn on them. They go scooting by. Then you see these massive motorcades that go around, and he's not even usually around the area that they're at. And then remember, when Trump went to the border, okay, the border, how many vehicles and how much of a motorcade did he have when that man went to the border wall? And he wasn't president. So that is amazing and very, very, very telling to me. There's a lot of things that don't make sense, right? But they are adding up and do make sense when you step back, like I said, and you start looking at that big, beautiful picture that we've been trying and praying and hoping for 2 years. I think it's finally the pieces are starting to fit together pretty well.
They are starting to fit together pretty well. And that article that you talked about at the very beginning of the show tonight, so those of you who missed it, there is an article that was released by MSNBC, which is another lamestream media outlet, talking about the Supreme Court. I think that the Supreme Court has already heard the arguments of 2020, November of 2020, and has already made a decision. I think there are things already in place. I believe that there are things already happening that we're unaware of, and I think that we're going to find out about them here very, very soon.
I agree with you. And I want to bring this up real quick, Mike, because Greg Phillips, we know that he's been part of the 2K Mules documentary, The Data Guy. Okay, so he's been getting a lot of heat about different things. And this is what he put on Truth Social recently. He said, don't fall for the nonsense. Still happening. The Pit. What the Pit is, a private meeting with a selected group of people. Then he's got the Ripcord. He said that's publishing of all video documents and information. And this is regarding the 2020 deal, okay? Then he's got the Tiger Project, which is explosive story that will blow up the narrative and those who have shoved it down our throats. That's part 3. And the last part is, he says it's a command center. It's a platform for citizen research, structured and unstructured intelligence gathering and coordination with law enforcement for near real-time actioning ops. So here comes Greg Phillips, boom, hitting a home run out of nowhere, and he has all this laid out as more pieces of the puzzle and more exposure to what is going on or has gone on in this country.
I believe there's going to be a massive effort. Let me say that one more time. I believe there will be a massive effort to get major platforms across America and around the world, whether it's YouTube platforms, Rumble, you name it. I believe there will be a massive effort to unite all the platforms. So when this is ready to break, we're all in unison and we're all united. It's no different than lamestream media when they get their marching orders at 4 a.m. every morning for Operation Mockingbird. I believe that the Patriot movement is getting ready for a major shift and a major movement to where we're all united and we're all going to say the same thing. And I really believe it's just around the corner. We're talking weeks away.
Yeah, Mike, and you know what? This all got released today. So it was very interesting to me. Today's Sunday. Usually it's an off news day, right? It's Sunday's like the least important, usually news day in the whole business and industry. However, today is Sunday. This got released on mainstream media. And what's the date today, Mike?
Today is July the 17th.
So that's pretty interesting to me too, because that number seems to be showing up every single place you can think of that you touch any of this information, whether it's 17% of something or other, or that what it just
Or
goes
your
on and on.
scooter maxes out at 17 miles
Oh
an hour.
yeah, that's right. Mike was riding a scooter and he's like, look, it maxed out at 17 miles an hour. And I thought that's pretty crazy. And don't forget, Mike, when Trump went around in New York at the fire department, it was in the 17th precinct. And remember when when he signed in, the camera that he signed in under the form was 17. And it goes on and on. So those people that used to laugh at that number, I think they're going to start taking it a little more seriously now.
I think so too. And for those of you who are just joining us, welcome to LWN. And I want to say this again real quick. I put out a challenge for Facebook and for Truth Social and for Rumble. If you're watching this on Facebook and maybe you're new, please share us out. Subscribe as always, but share us out. We want to crack 10,000 subscribers on Facebook. We're at 7,800, and everybody who's watching Facebook right now, if you guys just share this video out, I'm pretty sure we'll crack 10,000 just in a few days. And for those of you who are watching us through Truth Social, you found us on Truth Social. If you guys retruth this video out, I want to reach 5,000 subscribers on Truth Social. And then Rumble, I know you guys catch this a few hours later, but for those of you who watch us on Rumble, and there's quite a few of you, I'd like to get the subscriptions up on Rumble to 5,000. So share this out, subscribe, like. We are building a huge, huge army here at LWN, and I can tell you 100%. We are getting involved at some of the levels with Mike Lindell and the rest of them, where we're going to be able to share all kinds of information. So make sure that you subscribe, because as things start breaking and stuff is sent to us that needs to be reported, we want to make sure that we get it out to you guys as soon as possible. So like, subscribe, share. I can't say that enough. You guys, you viewers right now are the ones that truly have helped us get to this level. That like button, I think our record is around 1,200. So, if you want to break the like button off, go ahead and do that as well. It helps the algorithm. But this movement is truly, truly amazing. And I think this is just the beginning of a lot of information that's going to be coming out in the next 2 weeks, honestly.
Yeah, it's very exciting, Mike. And every time it seems like you take a little break and you go back, there's something new to report. Like I keep saving different articles and I'll have 50 saved. And it's like, you got to pick and choose, because you could really be on the air 24/7 with this stuff. Little tidbits, because, there's a lot of tidbits that are breaking. I call them little nuggets. And then, a day or two goes by and more, it gets exposure about it, or more comes out about it. Just like we put up about the J6, all those documents that came out and all that information that came out at that. And then, the Steve Bannons of the world and them had it a couple days later. They were doing some extra checking and this and that. But the point is, I think all of us are getting the information pretty much at the same time. And we like to be able to get on and provide it as soon as we get it for you guys. So these 20-minute little quick ones that we do, it's no big deal. And it just keeps everybody informed. We aren't scripted or structured in a certain timeline. And I love that.
We're close to an hour, Tammy. The 20 minutes went right by. But I got a secret weapon tonight. I got something I want to drop tonight. Okay. So I didn't even share it with you, Tammy. So here's what I'm going to drop tonight. And I see a lot of people sharing everything out and retruthing, and let's try to help Tammy get to 1,000 subscribers on Truth Social. You can find Tammy on Truth Social at Tammy Nation. You can find me on Truth Social at Liberty Warrior Nation. So here's the thing. All right, so we've talked at LWN quite a few times. We brought Jeff B on, and we brought other people on. We talked about scenarios on how this all plays out. We talked about Trump coming back and finishing this term, which was rightfully his, and then having another term, right? And of course, people out there saying, well, one, he'll never come back, and two, he can't have more than just those two terms, right? So obviously, I know my history and I know it well, but there is only one president in the whole of the United States that has ever had more than 2 terms. Tammy, do you know who that is?
Who is it? No, I'm not even going to guess. Educate
What do
me
you mean
here,
you're not
Mike.
going to guess? I'll give you a hint. 1940. What happened in right around 1940s, early 1940s?
I'm going to claim I don't know.
Who was president in the early 1940s?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Here's your hint. The last name was Roosevelt. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR, right?
FDR.
So on July 18th, 1940, Franklin D. Roosevelt was
FDR,
first took office in 1933 as America's 32nd president, is nominated for an unprecedented third term. Roosevelt, a Democrat, would eventually be elected to a record 4 terms, Tammy, in office, and the only U.S. president to serve more than 2 terms. Now, of course, the reason behind it, so that my critics know that I'm no idiot, is they were in the middle of World War II. And so a lot of people felt like it wouldn't be a good thing to replace a sitting president with somebody new during a world war. So it was a lot of people that just, really pushed for FDR to get a 3rd term. But he not only got a 3rd term, but he got a 4th term as well. And he ended up dying in his 4th term. But what I'm telling you, and why I'm bringing this up, is I know a lot of people say, oh, Trump, he ain't going to get more than 2. Are we sure about that? Are we sure about that? Because if he comes back before 2024 and then and he said it many times, gets reelected a 3rd time,
then
just
what?
saying.
Yes. And you know what? We've said before, Mr. T does nothing nothing structured. Let's put it this way. He cuts his own path. It's a legal path. And the man knows what he's doing. He's no fool. And so far, so good. As far as I'm concerned, he's batting 1,000. Everything that he's ever promised, he's kept. This country was in fantastic shape. I think all the people that thought, ooh, get the mean orange man with the mean tweets out of here are really regretting that. And their eyes have been opened and they're seeing, because Biden has this low approval rating at this point. To me, I would think that it would be in the negatives by now. But the thing is, he's no fool, and he's stayed the path. He's a leader, and he promised us he would give this country back to the people. And there's a reason for that. No man I've ever seen have the stamina of that man, and I'll say it always from this to the day I die, to do 5 rallies in a day. That man did. I can't even believe it. I couldn't even keep up with him, and I was sitting on my butt at home watching, just saying, okay, I want to see the energy. Now, I wasn't in front of anybody speaking. He was speaking in front of thousands. And you know what? Noise fatigues a lot of people. A lot of people get into crowds, and you know what I'm saying, Mike? Your ears ring, and you get so fatigued after an hour or two. That man was flying all over the place doing that. You tell me, how does somebody do that doesn't care about this country and doesn't care about what's doing right for this country? He's always been about America first, and he's proved it. He's shown it. Biden, it's all about America last. Every single decision he's made.
Well, time travel, it helps. It helps keep you youthful.
I need to take a few little rounds then.
There's a couple of people asking for me to read Jeff B's text. I already read it, but I'll read it again for those of you who may have missed it. Jeff B is asking you guys to ask this question. The Democrats want a black female president so bad. This is their best opportunity, meaning they could enact the 45th Amendment, get rid of Joe Biden, and put Kamala Harris, Hills Up Harris, as president of the United States. They could do that. This is their best opportunity, but why aren't they doing it? They have the House and they have the Senate, so they could make it happen. And I don't even think any of the Republicans would even have any pushback on that. Any of the rhinos, they would probably agree. So why? Well, it's only my opinion, but I believe they're not doing it because they can't.
They can't. I agree with you 100%. And ask yourself why they can't. Why they can't. It makes total sense because you're right. And can I add this little tidbit too, Mike? We're at the most vulnerable we've ever been.
Yes.
This country. We're very weak economically, with our fuel, with our leadership. Isn't this the best time to strike and take things over if that were ever the intention of some of these so-called foreign leaders? So that right there tells me something too, because you sure as heck know they weren't going to do it with Mr. T in charge. They know he meant what he said and said what he meant, right? So Mr. B doesn't even know his way to a podium, let alone turning away from the podium. So why in the heck? Why in the heck? Just ask yourself why. And I'm just looking forward to the next next
Chat
while.
is jumping tonight, Tammy.
Is
Chat
it really?
is hopping a lot. We got probably almost 300 people watching us from Facebook tonight. So welcome, Facebook.
Yeah.
And again, I give you guys a challenge on Facebook. We're real close to 8,000 subscribers on Facebook, but we want to reach 10,000. So those of you watching us on Facebook, share us out. Those watching on YouTube, you can share us out. We'd really like to get to 20,000 subscribers on YouTube as well. It'd be fun to see which one we get to first. Do we get to 10,000 on Facebook, or do we get to 20,000 on YouTube? True Social, we want to get to 5,000 on True Social. So retweet us or retruth us on True Social so that people will find us there. And of course, Rumble. If you guys can share us out on Rumble, I think we're at like 1,200 subscribers on Rumble. We want to get to 5,000 on Rumble. I actually like Rumble. I just I don't have time to keep up with everything that's going on. Look at all the people in Facebook. You can't see it, but there are lots and lots of comments coming out of Facebook right now.
Well, thank you guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. And this is Liberty Warrior Nation. It's a God movement. It's a patriot movement. It's a grassroots movement that Mike started about a year ago, just him and his laptop talking to himself. I'll never forget him telling me the story about, there was nobody watching. It was just me. And he had all these fancy gestures and he's all animated. And you know what? Look at where you, there you go. See ya. And he had the salute. So, it's been a blessing and an amazing ride so far this year. I've been in it just shy of a year here at Liberty Warrior Nation, and it's a wonderful place to be, you guys. So for all of you that are new, welcome home. This will be your place, I hope, for family, faith, friends, information. And we want to be your news. We want to be the people reporting you accurate news and information that you can trust us with, and that we can steer you in the right direction. We also have plenty of guests on that are informative, like Affidavit Mamas. We got Frank Lopez Jr., who is the border patriot. I love that guy. He's fighting the good fight down there at the border, and many, many others. So it's just a really good time to find Liberty Warrior Nation. So welcome, everybody.
Absolutely. Welcome to all of you. I see a couple of them said I just subscribed on Facebook. So welcome to LWN. We offer a lot here. We have devotions in the morning. We have Sunday night, Sunday, Lone Star Sunday with Jay and Tina. We put out the news. I do headline hits. We have Podbean. And Tammy's right. We have a lot of wonderful guests that come on. Our goal here is to put out the news, but also to educate our audience. We want to educate you guys and give you guys the best information we possibly can so that you guys can use your wisdom and your discernment to make the best choices for yourself and your family.
Yes.
So I'm
Absolutely.
pretty proud of being where we're at today.
You should be. You should be. Your idea and your thought turned into this, and it's an amazing accomplishment and good timing. And you know what? It reminds me of, I want the good old days back, Mike, where we saw the Trump flags and the boat parades, and when Trump was going somewhere, all the flags.
They're coming. They're
Yes,
coming.
the miles and miles of trucks and cars that would be lined up when he drove past them to go to an event. It's amazing. And it's the heart of America. It's the heartbeat of America. We deserve that back. This is a great country, and it's so worth fighting for, stepping up, stepping out. We're not going to fail. It's not going to happen. We're not losing this great country. Too many
No,
people
God
fought too
wins.
hard. Yes,
God
God
wins.
wins.
God wins.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, let's roll into final thought, Tammy. It's been a wonderful night. A lot of people showed up tonight. A lot of people shared us out and subscribed. The like button is getting close to 1,000. And the stuff that we're going to share here in the near future too is going to be just as amazing, and I think it's going to increase in intensity. I think there's going to be so many things that start coming out that can't be denied, and our family and friends that just think this is nothing but a conspiracy theory, they're going to need our help here real soon, because they're going to start going, what the heck is going on? Maybe my friends or my family, maybe they were right about this. What's the difference between a conspiracy and the truth, Tammy?
6 months, right? Isn't that about
6
it?
months.
That's
6
about
months.
it. Yeah. So my final thought is, Mike, it has been really hard. There's a lot of people who lost friends. There's a lot of people who lost relationships. There's a lot of people who lost family members over this, whether it was the sickness and the decisions made, whether it's the belief that your people don't agree with you on. And it's time to mend those, fix the broken hearts, heal each other, love each other again, put God first, and take back what these evil people have done to us. It's time to get her back and start going again, and leading with love and light in this world and this country. And I'm ready to fight for it for as long as I need to, because after it happens, we're still going to have to stay diligent. We're still going to have to make sure that the people we vote in, the people that are in our school boards, et cetera, stand up and are who they say they're going to be. We don't let them get voted in and believe their word and then not hold them accountable if they don't follow through once they're elected in. We have to stay diligent, and I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. Here's something else that we didn't cover that I'll say real quick. I am working on a link for the 2K Donkey movie.
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of people reached out to me after the last broadcast and asked, hey, how do I get a copy of the 2K Donkey movie? I'm working on that. I'm trying to get a free link for you guys that, one, you can grab it, you can watch it, and you can also share it out to your family and friends. Here's my final thought. Tammy, War Machine did a really, really awesome ending video for me about a year ago that I had to take down because we kept getting strikes from YouTube. But in that video, he caught a video clip of me where I said, hey, listen, I need your guys' help. I cannot do this on my own. I need each and every one of you Patriots to step up, to fill the void, to move the line forward, to like, to share this out, to subscribe, to tell your friends, tell your coworkers, hey, you got to watch this LWN show. They're putting out great information. I need your guys' help because I can't do this alone. I will fight like hell to help win this country back and get this country back. But I can't do it by myself, and I need your guys' help to do that. So that's my final thought for tonight. And Tammy, as always, thanks for joining me. We had some great information tonight, had a lot of fun, seen a lot of great comments, a lot of new faces in chat. So welcome to LWN.
It was a great way to spend an hour or so on Sunday night. So much for 20 minutes. You and I don't know how to keep track of time, Mike. But it was so fun.
All right, folks. I'll be back in the morning for Devotions with LWN. I also have a headline hits at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here. And then we'll be back tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I know that Denise said that my week is booked. So I've got guests for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week. If you guys want to check us out, come back. Like I said, like, share us out, and subscribe. Love y'all. God bless. Go ahead, Tam. Did you have something you want to say?
I was going to say, don't forget, we got Podbean tomorrow afternoon. For those of you who haven't joined on Podbean, it's on your phone. Download it. It's an app. Mike and I are on tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's The Warrior and the Hammer. So we're looking forward to talking to you then, too.
Absolutely. All right. Good night, Tammy.
Good night.
hoping for a sincere performance, but open to finding the moment, to finding out where I'm headed now. Looking for a sign of disaster, so I can make it there faster. I'm weighing the consequences out. I can see in all directions. It's all open to interpretation, but I see colors that are breaking from the other side, the other side. When I make mountains out of summer trails, when I buckle under all the details, I'll keep going till I make it to the other side, the other side. Can you tell me the secret of how you can take it or leave it? How you can blend in with the crowd? I'm so scared, so damn afraid to look. I'm so sick of talking. I'm wearing the words out, words out. I can see in all directions. It's all open to interpretation, but I see colors that are breaking from the other side, the other side. When I make mountains out of summer trails, when I buckle under all the details, I'll keep going till I make it to the other side, the other side. When it feels like everyone's out to get me, I see the river on the